10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are live. Good evening. How are you, Spencer Jones?
I am fantastic. I'm so pumped to be here. I was busy looking down because I'm so excited. I'm sharing it out with our community so they can be part of this awesome discussion. But thank you so much for having me on. I'm just pumped to be here with you. Your light, your energy. Whew, I feel it all the way over here in Wisconsin.
Yay! I'm so happy and absolutely feel the same way. You and I have had some interesting, uplifting conversations. You know, the times that we've engaged and the energy sharing is just amazing. The positivity. I know you are, of course, the Prince of Positivity. So, for those of the members watching us in the audience that are not acquainted with you yet, I'm going to read your bio to them and then we're going to jump into some amazing, energetic conversation. Spencer Jones is igniting people's lives so that they can chase their passions, help others, and live their life to the max. Known as the Prince of Positivity, he shares his positive energy and spreads joy around the world. He does this by sharing tips, tricks, and strategies to help others live life to the max through his Daily Energize podcast, along with the Jonesin for Academy and various events. Also, as a fun side note, Spencer is a classically trained pianist and choir director who has published 3 books and has been published in multiple magazines and websites. We are indeed in good hands this evening. Welcome, Spencer.
Well, thank you. Thank you again for having me. Every time I hear that bio, I go, I don't know who that person is. That's just amazing. But thank you. Thank you for having me on.
I love that. I love that, Spencer. Now, you are the Prince of Positivity. Tell us more about your journey of getting to this place where you are, just out there, energizing the world, changing lives for the better. How did you get to this point?
Thank you for asking. It's a long story, right? It's a long story spanning decades. So let's just sit down, grab a cup of coffee, and we'll just be here for a couple hours chatting and sharing about it. Okay, we'll try condensing it down so we're not here that long. So about me, right? I was homeschooled from 3rd grade up through high school, and then went to college, and realized as I was in college for music, it started was music composition at first. So I loved playing the piano, composing music, writing my own scores, and thought about doing movie scores and the music behind the movies and films. Like, that would be awesome. And then as I was in college, met my wife and thought, okay, well, we should have insurance of some type here to provide for our family and support us. So I thought, well, let's try education. And now, not necessarily the best reason to go into education, but what I realized is I loved it. I loved being there and helping kids get that aha moment, that moment in our life when it clicks, right? Something happens, you're like, oh my gosh, this makes instant sense. And we get that in lots of different areas of our life. And for me, it was music, to understand, like, oh, this is what this is. This is what this music means, or how I can even more so express myself through the music, right? And with being I was a choir director, as you said. So with the choir, one of the biggest things is we wanted to create a safe community. We wanted to create a safe place where the students can come and feel loved, feel supported, regardless of what was going on in their home life or school. And we were blessed and lucky enough that I had a number of students say, like, no matter the crap going on, I could be here. And this was my safe place where I felt at home. I could feel comfortable, and they could be themselves. They could just let themselves shine. And so as I was teaching, I loved it, but the politics that were getting there were happening. And I just slowly started to feel called elsewhere to do more. And I knew I wasn't serving my students as well as I could have and as well as I was before, just because my heart wasn't in it as much. I felt called for something else. So I was already starting to build up side hustles with fitness and help people get healthy and fit by doing different things and nutrition. And then that led me into the whole personal growth space and just started learning about mindset. Really dove into that and started to understand that enough where we started to help other people develop a positive and abundant mindset and how they can really maximize their life, not only physically with fitness and nutrition, but now with their mindset. And so after getting that call and feeling pulled, I decided after 9 years, let's call it. And I transitioned from being a full-time teacher and teaching in the classroom to now teaching on stages, as we call it. And it really grew from there to the point where now, yeah, I love helping people get that aha moment, but not necessarily just with music like it was before. It's an aha moment of, oh, this is what I'm here for. This is my light. I get to embrace me for me. Like we did in that classroom, we created a safe place. Well, now we create a safe place for people in our Energy Hub community, in JFA, our academy, in our Energizer community. We create a safe place where people could just be themselves. They get to show their light, shine their true light, and uncover all this BS that we've been taught and instructed and believe in that's not serving us. So we learn how to deconstruct that, and we just let your true light shine. And we applaud you when we do that, and we support you in that journey. So it's kind of a truncated version of that story that brought me to where we are here today as the Prince of Positivity. I must be positive or something, but helping people create a positive and abundant mindset to really master their energy sovereignty, that energy, your energy being. How can we be at our best, right? So that we can continue to give and support others, yet feel full, feel joy, and not be tired and exhausted all the time. And again, those aha moments when people realize that, or they realize little parts of that, and then the big picture, it pumps me up like nothing else.
I was traveling, and I was really tired by the time I came from New York back to Johannesburg airport, and I had about 8 hours that I had to wait for my next flight the next morning.
Wow.
And you were on your live, and I wanna give you feedback because I was so tired and I was waiting and I was sitting and thinking, what am I going to do? And I thought, let me go and see what's happening on Facebook. And you were there with your live, and immediately I was in a energized mood, and I was listening to the conversation, and I was commenting. And sometimes we get a little bit tired, and then we need energizers like you just to say that one positive word with all of that energy, and all of a sudden our vibration is just lifted. And it's so great to see that you poured yourself out to the school children, you poured yourself out in every area of your life. You had that aha moment. Now you are going ahead and you are helping others to discover their aha moment. You're making the world a better place, because things out there can be very down and dreary, and you come in like a breath of fresh air, and just help people. How does that make you feel when you wake up in the morning and you know that you are making such an impact in the world?
Well, thank you for the kind words. First of all, I truly appreciate it. It makes me feel incredible and amazing to be able to shine my light and just be me, right? We talk about creating a safe place for people to be themselves, but I need to be myself. And for years I wasn't. I was putting up, facades and faces and not being my true self. That once I was really my true self, my true light shined. And then that allowed other people to do that. So now that I get to do that every day, that I wake up to the fact that I get to shine my light, do lives, have great conversations, put together events for people, whatever it is. It's such a blessing. Like some people dread going to work. I'm like, my work is amazing. It's barely even work because I get to do what I love. I get to help people ignite their light inside them and realize I'm freaking off. Not me, like I'm talking about them. Like they're freaking awesome. They're amazing. And they get to turn around and say, like, you're right. I'm pretty awesome. I'm pretty badass. Let's make sure I can shine my light as bright as I can. And so it's energizing every day. Like it's hard to wake up and not tap my heels together as I hop out of bed, as my wife likes to say, because I'm just so lucky and blessed to get to do what I do.
I love that. And I want to welcome Dali Alba My good friend, I'll tell you a story about Dali Alba. I went to East London and flew to Johannesburg Airport. And, Dali and I, she was a CSI when she was younger. She's retired now. And I always used to watch the CSI series. And we struck up a conversation before our flight to Frankfurt. And, we just got along so well. And would you believe this, Spencer? When we walked into that huge plane, I think it was a 767 Lufthansa plane. Guess who was seated right next to me? Dali Albas. We had a wonderful flight together. She showed me around at Frankfurt, showed me where to go. So welcome, Dali. We love you and we appreciate you. And, Spencer, as you've been talking, we are so blessed to be entrepreneurs, to get up in the morning and to really do what we love. I remember when I was in the corporate space, I was in the ministry and the corporate space alongside, and I didn't always feel like going to all the meetings that I had to attend. Corporate world can be so tough and dreary and negative. And since I've gone, into entrepreneurship and God has placed me from the ministry space to the marketplace, I feel like you. When I get up in the morning, I am so excited. I don't know, what to do. I just smile and I say hi to all my animals and I dance around with my kids. We are so, so blessed. How privileged are we? And then we get to work with amazing people. It's for me, like you said, it's to work with the people. Just seeing them transform and being a part of their life is such a blessing.
It really is. It's so amazing that we get to do what we love. And I wasn't in the corporate space per se. I was in education, but it was the same thing where there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of frustration and sadness. There's just a lot of the stuff that doesn't fill people with joy. Now there is a lot of stuff that does fill people with joy, but what happens is that, there's an abundance of each. There's abundance of positivity, there's an abundance of negativity. We get what we focus on. And yet so many people, whether it's in education, in the corporate space, heck, even in the religious space, right? I'm a church musician, have been for over 20 years, that you see people who just focus on the negative, on the bad side of things. And it doesn't make going to work fun. It doesn't make, going to that space where you're surrounded by these energy vampires, the people who are draining your energy. It doesn't make it enjoyable in the least. As a matter of fact, it makes you not want to go, resent it. Now, you can change it. You can work on that. You can find the positives. There's a lot of people, and we worked with people, CEOs and managers and people of all types and all businesses that, okay, you're not enjoying your work here and now because of the negativity. Let's help you turn that around and change it. And we have, which is amazing. So you can turn around your work environment and your perception of your work. But what you're able to, and if you can, and if it's feasible, you could change your work like you did, going from corporate and the religious setting into the marketplace, right? And ministry into marketplace. And for me, going from education to being a full-time entrepreneur, like it's so amazing that we get to do it. The biggest thing that for me is what's in alignment with you. Can we figure out what's that vibration? Like what's that goal, that vision, that idea for the future? What's your purpose here on earth? And then from there, let's get everything else in alignment with that. If we can get everything else in alignment with your purpose, it's amazing, because then you wake up energized. And whether that's you're working at a corporate culture, you're working in a company, or you're working in education, or you're an entrepreneur, whatever, you are energized because now you're living in your purpose. And that is so energizing.
Love that. I love that. And you get to be the catalyst of that whole process, out there busy with people. And I know that you've been hosting events. I wish I was closer. Otherwise, I would have come to the one earlier this year as well. It was a yoga retreat. Tell us about the yoga retreat. And then also about the trip to Romania, which I am very, very interested in. I'm going to definitely make sure I attend that one. Tell us more about that, because, you host events, people visit these events, they get energized and their lives are changed, whether they decide to go into another space in their work life or whether they just decide to tweak a few things. Tell us about your events. I saw it on social media and it looked phenomenal.
Well, thank you very much. Let me say how I say this. So we have, okay, here we go. So we have this, my belief is we are these energy beings having this human experience. we have this
Yes.
energy within us, and there's a negativity, there's this the energy vampires, things that are draining us, mucking up this energy, and just letting us not shine our true light, as it were, not letting our true energy shine. And when we can surround ourselves with amazing people, when we can plug ourselves into that energy that's pure, that's positive, that's a loving and caring energy, it washes away a lot of that negativity and allows for us to learn and to grow and to shine our true light. So that's why we put these things together. So we have a whole like Jonesin 4 ecosystem, as we like to call it. And basically, like we have a private community. So now you're surrounded by energizers like you. So you have that community, that support network. We have our Jonesin 4 Academy, so you can plug into relatable experts and learn and grow at different parts of your journey and different things that you're interested in, all under personal growth. Cool. We can plug you into there. So now you're getting these. But then what you realize is, okay, well, I'm filling my cup. I'm surrounding myself with these people, but I love these jolts of energy, right? There's nothing like being in the same room as like-minded people. There's nothing like it. So what can we do? Well, let's give people jolts of energy to help their energy being shine as bright as it can, to vibrate at its best. So what do we do? Well, we put together events to make this happen that spread throughout the year. So like the one we had an energy recharge event, which is just a one-day event in Delaware shortly after you were here in the States. And we're doing another one in New York later this year. But the other one we had was a winter yoga retreat, because we're like, all right,
Sounded lovely.
it was so much fun.
Wow.
We had people fly in to Wisconsin from Florida, from Arizona, from California. So like all over the United States came here to Wisconsin to connect, to be in the same room as other energizers and have incredible experiences. So, okay, we went snowboarding, we went skiing, we walked on frozen water for some people. People have never done that before. Like, okay, cool, we get to do that. And then we do yoga. We have amazing conversations, and we basically offer a blank canvas for people to have the experiences they were meant to have an experience, right? You can go and learn something. You can go attend a class or session, and like we have those trainings, but that doesn't necessarily change your life, right? You can be the same after you learn it. But once you have an experience, you're never the same. So we offer these different opportunities for people to have the experiences so that they're never the same again, and they can really learn and grow from that. And some of them have trainings like the winter yoga retreat. There's no specific trainings, there's no lessons in there that built in, like you're not sitting listening to a speaker for 30 or 45 minutes. We don't have that, but you still get these amazing experiences. We have an event like our Crush and Conquer event, where we build self-confidence and self-belief through different physical things. Like you go play on the ninja course we have, and you have success with jujitsu, you have success with a obstacle course. It's all built. So, and then we have mindset sessions. So now you're learning. You have these sessions where you're learning, but then you get the experiences that go with it. So now you're compounding your growth and really accelerating it. We have a meditation retreat, same idea, where you find and uncover your inner peace, your true joy. And we experience different types of meditations. It doesn't all have to be just sit there silently. No, like we do walking meditations. We're going to go through a forest. We have singing bowls. We're doing drum circles. We get to help people uncover various types of meditations and connect with their true self and their energy being. So that's a fun one. And then the one you mentioned is Romania, right? Because there's nothing like traveling, right? There's nothing like traveling, whether you come over here and like the events I mentioned earlier, they're all at our house. So we invite you in and we make you home cooked meals. But there's nothing quite like traveling to a different country, someplace you've never been. And Katie and I, we visited Romania. We felt so moved there. We went there 5 years ago in 2018. And we felt so moved. And we were like, we just want to share this beautiful place with people and this beautiful energy. So now we're finally able to bring an international energizer experience. And we're bringing a bunch of people, you hopefully as well, to Romania. And we get to have these fun experiences along with a little bit of lessons throughout it. So basically what's set up is you have 7 days, 6 nights in Romania, where then we go travel. We do different excursions, different sites where, we're going to spend a day at the Black Sea. We're going to go look at Dracula's castle. We're going to see palaces and monasteries
Oh my
and look at
goodness.
different churches and just explore cities, and still yet have time for you to just be you, to explore, to hang out either by yourself or with a group of people, so you can have your alone time to reflect, to learn and grow. And then throughout the time, so we're not going to have like a 45-minute session. We'll have some meditations here or there. And then we'll have moments where we're just going to have conversations, and we'll have some people lead conversations. So like, all right, on this bus ride out of town, okay, we've seen the countryside. Cool, let's get together and just chat for 15 minutes. Here's an idea, here's a thought of how we can learn and grow and maximize this experience. Let's have a conversation on that, and we'll have a person lead that, right? And teach that session. So it's going to be absolutely spectacular. And what happens when you're in the room with the same like-minded people? Like, you get energized along with all the sights and different things you get to see and experience. You're just energized by the people in the room. So we're just lucky and blessed that we get to do that in a totally different country, and for you coming from South Africa, is be like, okay, cool. We get to come from not only the United States, or you have to come here. No, let's go meet in Europe and meet in some place that a lot of people don't think of, but is tremendously beautiful and gorgeous, and a way for people to connect with one another and with themselves.
Absolutely. And that there was confirmation just now as you were speaking, because my Facebook rang, and I was like, I really have to go to the Romania trip, and just hearing you talk about the way that you structure your events, the diversity of the events that you plan. I mean, you have from yoga retreats to meditation, retreats, to you're going to go to New York, you're going to go to Romania, all the activities that you have there. And by the way, when you were speaking about Romania and everything we're going to do there, I mean, I am so energized and excited right now. I wish it was next week.
Me too. We literally booked our flights. My wife and I, we booked our flights, so we are set to go. We booked them on Sunday night, and oh my gosh, we're just so excited. And that's happening in August, so August 5th through the 11th. And the way we try giving people these unique experiences, and you're right, we have a plethora of different events and different experiences, because everybody learns a little differently. And some people are like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with snow. So like, okay, cool. You don't have to come to the winter yoga retreat, right? Come to the other ones, a meditation, or right. See what fits. But the one thing that we really strive to do is our events are unlike many. Some people do it this way, but unlike many, because right, we have the community, we have that support. But once you show up, you're taken care of. Like, you show up in Romania, you fly there, we're having a driver pick you up, your hotel's taken care of, your meals are taken care of, the excursions are taken care of. Like, once you're there, you're good. So, all inclusive in a sense, but like, everything's planned. Like, when you come to our meditation retreat, you're taken care of. Once you fly in, we pick you up, your hotel stays, all your food, all your swag, all that stuff is taken care of, because you're family. You are part of our family, and we want to make sure you're taken care of. And we're also working on ways that we can take care of that flight for you. So that's something we're working on for future events. But for right now, all you have to do is get there, and then everything else is and exciting things.
Exciting things. And family. Let me tell you, Spencer, and I believe that you can resonate with that. I have family in other spaces that are not blood related to me, that are closer to me than my real family, because we really get into that energetic space. We hold that space, we grow, we learn from each other. We're there to really guide each other and assist, and always just impart positive things into each other's lives. And when I look at you and your beautiful wife and the group that you have, I get that sense and that feeling of family. I do, because you both are so warm and open, and accommodating. Tell us about your beautiful wife. I saw the photos, and I can't wait to meet her in August.
She's pumped to meet you as well. I wouldn't be who I am today without my amazing wife by any means. she's truly a rock in my life. Her name's Katie. She's a fourth grade teacher. Although she's teaching fifth grade, she lived with her kids this year, but she's a teacher. She loves working with students and loves, again, helping kids believe in themselves and have that aha moment and see that growth. And together, we started thinking, as I started to move away from teaching, what can we do? How can we help people? Okay, mindset's great. How can we create these safe places? Like, our events wouldn't happen without Katie. I'm much more of the face of the front of house kind of person, and she's much more the backstage, and she loves doing that. So we work together to plan and organize and structure the events, and then as the event's happening, it all flows so seamlessly because she's there helping, supporting, and doing all the stuff behind the scenes to make sure that everybody gets that experience that is flawless. That they could just come here and you're home. Like, as I said, we literally open our house when you come to one of our events here in Wisconsin. We have you stay at a local hotel, an amazing place, and then we pick you up every day, and you get to come here, and pretty much you're just at the hotel to sleep, because then we bring you here to our home and you sit on our couches, you meet our animals. And Katie is there, sharing stories, reading, and participating in the conversations. You get to see, like, yeah, her and I are together, we're this family, but you're our family as well. And you said, you feel closer to some of these people that you've met otherwise than your blood family, right? I call it our love family, and I got that name from Michael Faber and Unleash You Now. Unleash You Now is my love family, right? I'm wearing their shirt right now because
I love it.
Right, I love it, and I love that family. Unleash You Now is an amazing community, and I feel closer to some people in Unleash You Now, and I feel closer to people in our Energizer family than I do some of my own blood family, and it's crazy. But
Crazy, but it's true.
Your alignment, right? It's so true. Your alignment, your energy, it makes a big difference when you're just allow yourself to be like, okay, it doesn't have to be blood. It could be a love family.
Yes, I love that. And I agree with you. And, many years ago, as I was going through the ministry and building up relationships with mentors, that become love family, I struggled with the idea that how could family in another space be closer than your own? But it really is just, I would say, a wonderful transformation that happens, and it's a positive thing. We are there, you really, to build relationship. For me, building relationship is so important. I interviewed 100 people last year between June and December, and you were one of them. And, after that, I become friends with them. I build relationship with them because people are important. People are valuable. And I see that you and Katie feel the same way about people. When you work with people, when I follow you guys on social media and your group and everything that you do, it really shines through.
Well, you shine, right? You shine your beautiful light with Katie and I, and with everyone, and we feel your energy. We're attracted to your beautiful energy because you're you. You let yourself shine, right? Going back to just being yourself, and that it's so amazing that you do that, and that you give myself, Katie, and so many other people a space where we can just be ourselves. And I can see how that would be a little unnerving at times, especially as you're learning, like, why is my blood family not as strong as my love family? And the way I look at it is, as I said, I believe we're these energy beings having this human experience. Well, all energies, vibrations. We are all vibrations, and our energy being vibrates at a certain level, and it could change and fluctuate. I get that, but then our energies also vibrate well together, right? So I'm a musician, right? Obviously, I love music and all that. I relate it to music. In music, there's dissonance. There's chords or notes that are dissonant, right? They rub against each other, and it just doesn't sound pleasant. There's people like that in our life, right? Where our energies are dissonant. They don't get along. There's some people in my blood family who are very dissonant with me. We struggle to get along. But then there's people who are consonants, the people like the chords you make in music, the notes that you play that sound harmonious, that sound beautiful. Well, those are things that are in consonance, the things that are in alignment, that work well together. They don't have to be exactly the same, but they worked well together. Like two notes. If I had my piano here, I demonstrate. But if we have two notes, they're different vibrations, but yet they play well together. They work well together. So just same thing with people, right? Our vibrations work well together. And so like yours, mine, Katie's, and everyone at Energizer family, Unleash You Now, and the like, are the people who resonate with us, our love family. And there's some people who resonate deeper, who get closer to us, right? They're a stronger resonance. There's some that are resonant, but maybe not quite as strong. It's just like music, and that's okay. And know that, hey, sometimes we're going to be in consonance, and other times it's going to slowly go to dissonance, and sometimes those dissonances turn to consonance, and that's okay.
That's okay. I agree with you. I do. And I was thinking something as you were making this wonderful metaphor. I thought, if we are the music notes and life is the song, what's the beauty about life? We get to choose which notes we can put into that song that we are writing.
Yes.
That in itself is a blessing. Out there are so many beautiful notes, so many beautiful people that we are yet to meet, so many new songs that we are yet to write together as we form this love family. And the Unleash You family, amazing, amazing family. I saw them in New Jersey. I was privileged to meet them there. Same energy and vibration, also uplifting. Tell me about your journey with the Unleash You family as well.
Oh my goodness. I got started with Unleash You Now and their family about 2.5, almost 3 years ago now, where I was left teaching to build our own business, and I was struggling to really hit the ground running and build this and impact the lives we want to impact. So I found Michael Faber on social media and started following him, and that led to conversations with him, and then that led to us working together, where I was helping him, he was helping me, and we were starting to grow our business and our reach, but more so not just the business, but our impact, right? We started with a group of 15 people, and then we were able to grow that to 300, which is now over 2,000 people. And just the fact that we started aligning ourselves with him and learning from Michael, and then the whole Unleash You Now family, as they've grown, I've learned so much more about myself. I've learned so much more of how we can impact and change lives and help people shine their light through them and what they're doing, but also their guidance with what we're doing has made a huge difference. We wouldn't be here. The Jonesin 4 system, our Energizer family, wouldn't be where it is if it wasn't for Michael and the Unleash You Now family. And it's just amazing, right? Once you find the people you resonate with, your love family, once you find them, it's amazing how those harmonies, those vibrations, the consonants raise each other up, right? The dissonances can be ear piercing and annoying and frustrating, but the consonances can really make you grow and shine and be even more beautiful, or not more beautiful. It allows your true colors to shine even more, and then you're able to help one another out.
Wow, I'm thinking of that song. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. That just popped into my mind now.
Totally. I'm working on a keynote right now, talking about this whole thing of talking about music and consonance and dissonance and our energies. So that's something I'm working on, and I'm excited to share that maybe earlier than later, but definitely next year at our summit that we're having in Chicago. But that'll be fun.
Oh, Chicago, beautiful, beautiful place. My goodness. And, as I was thinking of the next question to ask you, you mentioned that I was going to ask you in my next question, what are the lessons that you've learned about yourself, on this journey of energizing people and developing and holding space? And I have to ask it now because you mentioned it. What lesson did you learn about yourself, or lessons did you feel transpired out of this whole journey? And this is really magnificent, because you bring people, you bring their passion and their purpose together. And that's where the magic happens. I always say that, and I love that illustration, because we want to make magic out there. We want to change the world.
We do, and we want to shine our light, our true light. And as leaders, entrepreneurs, we want to help other people shine their true light through whatever our means are, right? So through ours, it's personal growth and light. Maybe yours is another business, right? And yours, it's to capture these meticulous moments and help people embrace and shine. Like, it's beautiful. So, man, what lessons have I learned? What are the growth moments? There's been so many. And the best part is, like life, like the song, it's not done yet. So I get to keep learning and growing. But let me give you an actual answer to your question. Man, thinking about it, uh, there's I'm going to share 3 takeaways that I've had so far. First one, I was trying to think of how I want to rate them. First one is going to be that I'm beautiful the way I am. And they all kind of tie into each other, but I could be me. For years and years and years, I thought I had to put on a face, put on a facade, put up armor and walls and all this stuff to fit in, to feel like I belonged. And what I realized is those groups or people I tried to belong with, I didn't resonate with them. They weren't, there was dissonance. It wasn't consonance. And I needed to drop that belief that I wasn't worthy enough, which we'll talk about in a second, that I could just be me. And when I was truly me, and without exception, without qualification, I shined my true light. And it was so amazing and fulfilling and impacting, not only for other people, but to myself. With that realization, I could just be me. I needed to come to the realization, the acceptance that I was enough just the way I am. And so the 3 is I need to be, that I can be me, that I'm beautiful the way I am, that I am worthy just the way I am, and that I am enough just the way I am. Because for years, I thought I needed to prove myself. Hence why I put on the faces, hence why I put on the facades, the shields, all that. I felt like I needed to constantly prove my worth, my value. And what I had to realize is I didn't need to do that, that I am enough, that I am worthy, that I can be me, and that is beautiful and enough just the way I am. I don't need to do anything, change anything, or prove anything, that I'm enough. And so when I lead meditations or when I have this talks or anything, I always try to mention it at least once, not only to hear it as a reminder for myself, but I think a lot of people need to hear this, that you are amazing the way you are. You are worthy the way you are. And you are enough just the way you are. You don't need to do anything, change anything, or prove anything. You are all of those things. You are awesome just the way you are. And know that I love you just the way you are. Even if we're dissonant, even if we have this discord, cool. I can still love you from a distance. But I still love you, right? Just the way you are.
I love that. I love that there's someone in the audience that has to hear that today. I really believe that, God is always busy behind the scenes working things together. And, I love to also say, if I have been in a struggle with someone and I see it doesn't really work, I love them from a distance. And it's not that we ever stop loving. It's just that we surround ourselves with people that are in the same frame of mind and in the same energy level. And you brought such a beautiful message, realizing that we have that self-love and that we are enough and that we're good enough. I mean, we grow up with so many things that happen to us, and by the time we are young adults, we have these things. We all go through that, and you are through that, you are bringing that realization to other people. That's wonderful. Having to go, that courage and that commitment and that honorable lifestyle and living with integrity and saying to the people that you meet, because people need to hear that. We often think, oh no, that person is putting on a smile, they are fine. Sometimes they are not. We never know what people are going through behind the scenes. So thank you so much for saying that and for bringing that to the audience. And I was wondering something. You mentioned clicking your heels in the morning, or wanting to click your heels in the morning when you wake up. What's the first thing you do when you get up?
Wow.
Yeah, listen.
Way to bring that one back from before. So that's hilarious. Okay. Let me explain where that comes from really quickly. So I'm a positive person, right? Prince of positivity. I'm positive. I'm very energetic of a person.
Yes.
My wife always jokes around that the first thing I do in the morning when I get out of bed is my heels click together like 3 times before my feet even touch the ground. That's how energetic or how positive I am that they click before I even touch the ground. Okay, that's not always true, right? Like I struggle some mornings more than others. But the first thing I do every day is I follow my morning routine, my morning ritual. I do my best to keep. So outside of brushing my teeth, that's the first thing I guess I do, is I go down and I journal. I go down from my upstairs to my downstairs where I work out, and I journal. And so part of that journaling, there's 3 steps to it. I journal, reflect on my day, add thoughts, all that. But then I do my affirmations and I write my gratitudes. I write down 3 things I am grateful for every day. And I try not to repeat a single one for an entire week. So that's part of my daily practice is I journal, write my affirmations, journal, write my affirmations and do my gratitudes. And then I work out. I move my body in some way, shape, or form, whether that's doing yoga, lifting weights, doing cardio, playing on the ninja course, whatever it is. I move my body because I want to keep my body healthy and fit so that I'm able to chase my passions. I'm able to live my life to the max as much as I can. And then I meditate after that, and then I get going with my day. So for me, that's the morning routine I've built up to. It didn't always start that way, but I built up to it. That really serves me and helps me to click my heels, quote unquote, in the morning. So I'm able to shine my light and serve.
I love that. And Jeff definitely got an energy going here in this interview. It's not limited by time or space, because at the moment I thought that's your morning build up to your energy. You mentioned that it's your build up. So I was like, I was just thinking that. Is Spencer reading my mind?
It's amazing how energy works, isn't it? The idea that we're on the same wavelength. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now you can do a handstand and a half, because I've seen that in almost said StreamYard. I've seen that in Facebook. Tell us about the ninja course, because I'm sure there's someone in the audience that's not familiar with that. I know we mentioned right before it's winter now, so you probably won't go out there now. But what is the ninja course for those who've not heard of that before?
Yeah, so I built a contraption to torture myself. No, I built a contraption to help myself learn and grow and try new things, right? Because we learn through failure and trying new and different things. So if you think of the show American Ninja Warrior or Ninja Warrior, they have them all over the world. There's these people who go through these different obstacles, different challenges, balance, but a lot of it's upper body. And I was like, this is awesome. This looks amazing. I would love to be able to do something like this around here. I'm like, well, why don't I just build one? Like for me and how my mind works, I'm like, well, sure, I could do that. So I started looking up Google and looking up different designs for home ninja courses and what they had. And so I looked at that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I sketched out my own design for it. And then I built one. And then 2 years later, I tore it down and rebuilt it as a new and improved kind of course. So it has different things on it, like a rock wall that you cross, but doesn't have stuff for your feet. So it's just hands. It has like pegs sticking out of the wall that you grab and move across. Has a pegboard. So like if you see on like American Ninja Warrior, where you hold onto the pegs and then you slip it into a hole in the wall and you climb it like that. Has a rope climb. A salmon ladder, just a whole bunch of different things, and some other fun contraptions that I came up with, basically to test my strength and to learn and grow. And I'll tell you, I fail every week on that thing. There's parts where I only can go so far. Some parts I can't do as well. And we even included a slack line, so it's like a tight rope but a little thicker, a slack line into our practice. And took me 3 years to be able to cross that slack line from end to end without coming off. It took me a summer to be able to do the pegboard, to cross it and to do the different things. Like it's all about, okay, can I challenge myself? How can I improve, learn, and grow so that I'm stronger physically, but also mentally? And I incorporate that mindset into pretty much everything we do. But we incorporate the ninja course into our Crush and Conquer days, so that people who maybe you've never done anything like that, we have monkey bars, and like, I've never done that. I haven't done it since I was a kid. Cool. Let's try it as an adult. It's totally different as an adult, by the way. Let's help you. Right? It's so different. And we're like, no, we guarantee you will have success. Have you tried? Yeah. We guarantee you will have success with the things we do. And so, we just include that with the events because we're like, well, not a lot of people get to try a ninja course and try these different things to be a ninja warrior. Well, let's help you have success with that and then incorporate that into building your self-belief and confidence.
Just thinking that you took a whole summer You had that tenacity, you had that dedication. I mean, a lot of people would have given up after a few days. You've been at it for the 3 years, and if I hear what it entails, I believe that you have to be a true ninja to get through that one. So
Well,
you are.
you
There's
are.
ninjas in the making in your group.
Right. You have that ninja mindset. The
Yeah.
physical part will get you
Yes.
there, but it's all mindset. It's all mindset when you're able to do those things. We had an event, a Crush and Conquer days, when a woman, she works out, she's amazing. She was in her 50s. She was hanging on the monkey bars, and she could do monkey bars. She's done them, but she was hanging on the bars, and her mind started going like, "Oh, you have to let go to grab the next one. Oh, I have to let go." She got in her own mind, and she got so afraid to let go and to grab the next bar. And she ended up not doing it that day, no matter how much we encouraged her or times we tried. Okay,
Yes.
cool. So she came back the next year, and she's been stewing on this, thinking about it, ruminating about, oh my gosh, those monkey bars. I remember the first day she was here, she looked out at the ninja course and like glared at them like, you're gonna go down this year.
Coming for you.
Right, exactly. And so we came back, and it was time for the ninja course, and she's all set, she's mentally ready. She grabs the monkey bars and she's ready to go. And guess what? That voice comes back in her mind, like, oh, you
Oh,
can't do this. Oh, you can't let go. And she's looking at it, she's like, no, I can't. And we cheered her on. We have all the energizers there surrounding her, pumping her up, and she lets go and she grabs that next bar. Man, we just erupted with cheers. I mean, I think everybody in the city heard us, because it was so empowering to see her do that and then grab on again, just to overcome that mindset, to overcome that negativity that we have, right? We have a lot of negativity out there in the world, but so much of negativity lies in our head, and the
oh yeah.
beliefs and thoughts that we have. That's really what we work to overcome and conquer with the Crush and Conquer days. Yes, it's a negativity out there, but it's that negative mindset, the thoughts that you're not worthy, you're not enough, who are you to be doing this? We help overcome that. So we helped her overcome that and grow. And the first year she might have not done it there, but she overcame that in so many other areas of her life. It's truly it was awe-inspiring.
What a blessing. As you were illustrating and telling us how she came back and you guys cheered her on and everything, I thought to myself, but that's what family is about.
Yes.
That's
That's
what
what true
family is.
family, right? Your love family, that vibrational family is about that support, that love, that encouragement.
My goodness, I really thank you for bringing this to the fore and for sharing that with us. And I have so many comments that I want to read out to you from people that are watching us. My dad from Iowa, he said, "Good thoughts, Spencer."
Thank
And
you.
then we have Jose Escobar on here. He says, "Oh yes, Spencer in the house. Love to see him on the show."
Thank you.
And
Thank you, Jose.
thank you, Jose. We are so happy that you joined us. It's also good to see you. Thank you so much. He says he loves the Unleash You Now family.
It's amazing.
And Jose says the Prince of Positivity with rockets, JFA and CLA building and growing together.
Yes.
And then Mandy Robinson is here. Let me see what she typed up
Welcome,
here.
Mandy. Great
Yeah.
to have you.
She's amazing as well. She says, I feel the energy and know the energy. God love you. Oh my goodness, she means God loves you. Spencer, look at the wonderful feedback. Your positivity goes a long way. You have really impacted my life as well since we met. Thank you for being my brother, and thank you for doing all the wonderful things you do out there. And I want to ask you if you have any final words for the audience today. I can't wait for us to go to Romania with your beautiful family and the rest of your family as well. And it's just going to be amazing. But for today, what are the final words that you want to leave the audience with?
Oh my goodness. Well, we can't wait to have you join us in Romania. Jose's going to be there. We're going to have a lot of fun there for sure. And anyone else is welcome. But the thoughts to leave you on today is, well, first of all, thank you everyone for the kind words. I appreciate you and love your energy. And Juanita, thank you for allowing me to be here. I truly, truly honor you and appreciate you and all the stuff you do. You're an amazing sister, and we are honored and love you so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Final words is this, and you've already heard me say it before, but it is worth repeating because we need to hear it and believe it and feel it in our hearts. And that is that you Yes, you right there. You are amazing, that you are worthy, and that you are enough just the way you are. Stop telling yourself the lies. Stop buying into that BS, those belief systems that you are not, that you have to prove yourself, that you have to do this, that, the other thing, or you have these exceptions or qualifications. No, you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are worthy, and you are enough. So go let your light shine, because the world needs it. And you have this beautiful light. So go shine it with the world. Thank you so much, Juanita.
Thank you so much, Spencer. I really appreciate you. And Meticulous Moments is here to facilitate community upliftment through leadership development. And we had a wonderful leader on the show today. We are going to follow you and cheer you on with your family. And just keep shining. I mean, you are just amazing. So thank you so much. Until we meet again, my brother, have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. And everyone, keep shining your light. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're the #1 fastest growing community and tribe of some of the highest level entrepreneurs all around the country and around the world. We're in 36 states across the U.S., in 11 international countries, and over 240 plus members, growing every single day. And I'm honored, excited, and I'm glad to say that I'm proud to be the official sponsor of the Meticulous Moments podcast with Juanita Kapp. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm excited for this journey.
Hey everybody, my name is Patrick Rude. I'm the owner of Rude Financial Services, a proud sponsor of the Meticulous Moments podcast, hosted and directed by the beautiful, strong, and intelligent Juanita Kapp. I cannot tell you enough about what this woman has done with this podcast and the effect that she has had on me and all of the other sponsors and people that listen. Don't miss it.